Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a little bit of an updated techo kaigi. Yeah, I did one for Q2 earlier this year when I moved my health tracker into this pocket rings, and I just wanted to give like a bit of an update on my current books. Not all of these are in use right now. For example, these two, I just wanted to give like a background as to what happened. Or not happened, but like it's just like transitioning into different notebooks based on needs and or like, well, technically just needs because this one got too full, tried this size and I didn't like it. So yeah, but thank you. If you're interested, please do stick around. I am filming on my bed. I rearranged my room, and so please let me know if this is a good sort of setup. I'm not sure how I like it yet, but I have my phone. It's not a tripod. It's a, I don't know what to call it. But I have the phone grip, I guess, attached to my windowsill. So we'll see how it looks, and yeah, let's just get into it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is my planner. This is the Hobonichi Weeks. It is my tried and true. I actually took the cover off of my old, this Frog and Toad cover was the cover of my health log in the, when I was using Weeks for my health log, and I just wanted to use the Frog and Toad cover so much, so I actually did surgery on this notebook to, yeah, I did surgery on it, and I cut the cover off, because if you'll notice, the Hobonichi Weeks isn't actually, the binding is not attached to the spine. It's just attached to the flyleaves, or the end pages, I guess. So I taped these in. I cut them off. I cut off the cover and I taped them in, and it seems to be holding up pretty well. I just wanted to use the Frog and Toad cover, but yeah. Nothing has really changed in here. I do my planning, or my, I use a digital planner for my monthlies, so I just copy the information in here for like quick reference. But yeah, that's pretty much what I do in the monthlies. I do some decoration around the borders, and then I put in my work shifts and stuff that I'm doing, like, um, you don't need to know my color code, but you can probably guess it if you look at it. But yeah, so I just do some decorations, and I put in like important events and birthdays and stuff like that. And then for my weeklies, let me see if there's anything I can show you for this next week is fine. Um, Other than that, that is an event I'm going to, but I don't want to like dox myself, so I'm not gonna do that. But this is basically what I do in my planners for the what I do is I separate in the weeks. I separate the weeks into columns. So on the left-hand column, I write down timed events and like daily events or holidays, whatever. And on the right side, I do my daily tasks. And then on the right page, I actually write down tasks that don't have a specific due date, currently reading, and then I have my habit trackers, whether they're actually habits or just things I want to keep track of. Like, for example, when the last time I was in my 5 year was. I like to make note of that so I don't get too behind. And the same thing for my Book of Days project, which is just reading Book of Days by Patti Smith. And I just the way Patti Smith, it's a photography book, but there are 365 pages. And so I've been looking at basically a page per day, but I'm not always caught up. And so I will look through several pages at a time, but it's a beautiful photography book. And I've just been like reading a page a day basically. And it's been really fun, but I make sure that I do it at least once a week so I don't get too far behind. And the same thing with my 5 year. And so, yeah, I'll see if I can, I'll find a blank page. So this is a blank page. Um, so yeah, like I said, or no, this is not a blank. There are dots that you can use to divide the pages and I really appreciate that because it makes it a lot easier for me. So I divide it into like, so it goes in thirds. I use 2/3 for for my daily tasks and 1/3 for my events or like holidays, birthdays, stuff like that. And then the other page I'm free to do with what I will. And I do not use the back pages really. I just had like some brief references where I had the subway map before line 5, the Eglinton Crosstown was put in. So I need I need a new map, but it's probably not going to fit in this space anymore. My mild liners, I have a lot of them because I've been collecting them since I was in high school. Um, my Tombos, some miscellaneous notes. This is from when I went to the Hobonichi event at Wonder Pens. These are also from the Hobonichi event at Wonder Pens. I just took a whole bunch of their like little like leaflets and samples because I think they're so beautiful. This goes this way. These are all the Moomin post-it notes, and I love them so much, but I just couldn't justify them. And that's all I've done in here. But yeah, this is my planner. I love it so much. I just put this cover on because I've had this cover for a few years, and I just haven't used it in a while. And I decided I was going to use it because it's very sleek. It's by, well, sorry if you can see my greasy handprints. It's by Think Tank K, who is a Vancouver-based, or not Vancouver, just a British Columbia-based leather worker, and I really like her stuff. So yeah, sorry you can see like my hot little hands on the leather, but yeah, I love my planner so much. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is my 5-year, which I've managed to fully backfill, which is pretty impressive to me. I used to have it tucked in with these ribbons, because this is my custom Paper Republic cover. It's from L'Atelier. It's so beautiful and I love it so much. I got it embossed with this quote from the Raven Cycle. But recently I decided I was going to try and cut it down to fit in the back pocket. And by cut it down, I mean, this is a custom one, but I forgot to ask them to widen it slightly so that this would be able to slip in the back pocket. So what I did was I trimmed around the edges like this so that it would fit in here neatly, because otherwise where the stitching is, it was just too tight and it wasn't going to fit and lay flat, it would buckle. So I did that and it's working really well. I just did this last night, but I'm really liking how it looks like this. I love this cover so much. It's so beautiful, and you can see a little bit of a tan line from it closing like this, just like a little bit, but I've been trying to even it out. It's not gonna always happen, but I don't mind. That's what leather is like. Let's see, what can I show you? So I don't use the yearly calendars like at all. But I started using these gold tabs because the gold matches the embossing on the front. And basically what I've been doing is that on the first day of the month, I'll write down the pen and ink color I'm using, and then I will just let me use here for June. So I decided I was gonna I think I've just been noting the ink, especially if I end up changing the pen halfway through, which I did with this month. So what I do is up here, I write the date because I know that, or not the date, the day of the week, because I believe these kanji, are they kanji or is it, yeah, I think they're kanji. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that these are the days of the week, but I unfortunately cannot read Japanese, and so I've been writing the days of the week in English, and then I just do dot jots of what I did that day. So on this day, June 1st, I filmed and then deleted the footage because I hated it. I wrapped my brother and my dad's gifts because I was going away in June for 12 days, and my brother's birthday and Father's Day was in the time I was away, and then I worked. Because I work Mondays, Tuesdays, and so, well, Mondays, Tuesdays, and every other Saturday. But yeah, so I've just been filling this in as I went, and I really like it. It's really cool so far, especially because I got this in March, so I had to backfill all the way through January, which wasn't too bad. But then when I was away, I was trying to backfill and fill the current days at the same time, and that took a lot of my energy. But it's going really well now. And I actually last night I decided I was going to swap the ink that I was using for the month of July because I was using a ink in my Pilot Kakuno, and let's see what it is. It's so yeah, okay. So I with the Pilot Kakuno, I was using Kobe number 4 Kitano Ijinkan Red, and it started off really lovely, but then since it's in a Kakuno, it sort of the ink color sort of darkened a little bit, which is totally fine. But the issue I was having was that since some of the water in the ink evaporated, it was sheening. And I don't want to deal with the the sheening because the sheening means it'll smear. And since I'm going to be using this for 5 years, I don't want to have to come in for the next 4 years and have to worry about smearing the ink from the first year. So I've swapped to Lamy Crystal Ruby, which is another beautiful red. This one doesn't have a sheen. As you can see, it's not smearing. I'm not going to smear the other ink, but yeah, so I'm going to use that starting today. Also in the Pilot Kakuno, because I just love my Kakuno. I love Pilot Steel nibs, and now that I have a Pilot Gold nib that I really like, Pilot nibs are so good. I love Pilot nibs. I'm talking about fountain pens if you're not familiar. But yeah, so this is my 5 year, and I love it so much. I'm going to put it like this so I can see the quote. I love it very much, and it's going really well so far. I'm worried that like the novelty will wear off eventually, but I guess we'll see when we'll cross that bridge when I come to it. Gonna get this one out of the way real quick because I'm not gonna show you anything in here. This is my therapy notes books. This one is mostly for doing like exposures and stuff, as well as it has a list of my current medications in here. This one is just notes that I took during the psychoeducation portion of my therapy. I'm not going to show you anything like that, but I do think I have, what I have done is I've made some little like calendars for when I'm doing certain exposures. And it's been very helpful. I've been keeping this. I have like on my desk, I have a sort of like, I have it lined up like a bookcase where I have all my notebooks, but I've been keeping this one out beside my planner. I've been keeping them like this on my desk so that I don't forget to do these, because I have like homework for therapy in the form of exposures, and I need to be on top of them. But I keep forget if I don't see it, it's like out of sight, out of mind. Where if I don't see this, I won't think to do it, and then I fall behind. So I'm keeping this easily accessible to me, and it's working really well. This is another Think Thank K leather notebook cover. It's in the passport size. This is a sterling ink thin insert, and then this is from formerly Sweet Freckle Designs. This is from Soft Paper Studio, and it has a whole bunch of pages, but I liked that it had the semicolon on the cover because I think that's perfect for therapy notes. I also have this little skeleton in here because I think he's fun. I wanted to put it on the cover, but this sleeve, this is from Museo e Cripta dei Frati Cappuccini in Rome, from when I visited my brother last year, the Capuchin Crypt. But yeah, it's like this beautiful lacework design that it came in this sleeve, and I thought about like sort of adhering this to the cover, but I want to be able to take it off and put it other places. And also this leather is so beautiful, I don't want to mar it, and so I just have it tucked in here for now. It's kind of pretty. And then you get like a surprise skeleton there. But yeah, I think that's pretty fun. The therapy stuff is not always fun, but it's important. So yeah, that's what I've been doing with this little notebook. This is sort of a new setup because I did not have this notebook in here. This cover is from Paper Republic as well, and it is very new to me, or not new. I got it in May, and it's already patinaed so much because when I was away, I actually used this as my wallet. I had everything in one book. I had notebooks, I had my passport, I had all the wallet stuff, so like a card case, and I had like the Travelers Company canvas wallet so I could have like cash and coins as well. And so this got really beat up and I love it. It's so beautiful. You can actually see the outline of my cards there. But now I just have my sketchbook in here. Um, I have been really, I've been back into art making and I'm really, really liking it. I'm, I was not doing art for a really long time, because of like, this is my icon on YouTube, by the way. I drew this with just like a regular pencil. Um, but yeah, I have been really having fun with art again, which is so nice because if you don't know me, well, I should have introduced myself in the beginning, but I didn't. My name is Bucky. I use they, them pronouns, which is a new update. I used to use they, he pronouns, but now I use they, them pronouns. Anyway, I am a former art student and I got really burnt out on art, and then I went to university and I did not have time for any art making. Um, so I just didn't make art for like 5+ years. And then this year I got back into it and I filled out a different sketchbook. And I made a reel on, or not a reel, well, yes, a reel and a YouTube shorts flipping through that. And I've been thinking about making like an actual flip through video, but I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that because there's some personal stuff in there. Same with this one, but this one I like more because there's just more fun stuff in here, like Puffle, my best friend Puffle. But yeah, so this is my sketchbook. I just have it in here for now. I might move things around again. It's the perfect size, so I figured I would do that. Oh, by the way, this is an art creation sketchbook by Talons. I really like the paper. It's holding up all sorts of different mediums. Like, I've been doing pencil stuff, I've been doing fountain pen stuff, I've been using where's the one that I really like? I like this, the Neocolor 2s. I really like them very much. And so I've been doing a lot of stuff with that. But yeah, it's really, oh no. Well, this is, this, this pencil, what do we call it? No, this pen loop has been used and abused, so I need to retape it down. But yeah, right now I just have this is a Travelers Company brass pencil. I really like it. It's like, the eraser's actually pretty good. But yeah, when I finish this, it comes out like this. When I, whoa, oh, it says HB on it. I didn't know that. But when I finish this one, I'm just going to chop up other pencils that I have and put them in here instead of buying their, like, brand-specific ones. But yeah, I really like it. I like that it has a clip. I like that it keeps the pencil sharp, stuff like that. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say about the sketchbook, but I really like it. I really like this cover is beautiful. My friend who works at Lay Wines embossed this for me, and I love it so much. It means the world to me. But yeah, I really like how this is patinaed. It's 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 really been beaten up, but I like it quite a lot. So the reason I did a techo kaigi / journaling ecosystem back in Q2, at the beginning of Q2, was because I switched from my health tracker from a Hobonichi Weeks into this pocket rings, and I'm still using this pocket rings, and I really love it. It's worked really well for me. I'm disabled, and I have several chronic health conditions that I need to track symptoms of. And so I use this for it, and it's working really well. I just have this, little title that I made. It's from it was just a piece of thin cardboard, and then I used some cutouts from National Geographic and some washi and a sticker that I had to make this divider. In the front, I just have all of these mini calendars. I believe these are from Peanuts Planner Co. Then I use Filofax, let me find some blank ones. I use these Filofax weekly inserts, and the way that I see if I have any that I can not show, but yeah, I'll show this one. basically I split it down the center, or slightly off center, and I put the medications I take that are as needed on the left side, and then on the right side I log symptoms and if there's anything I did that day that would potentially cause symptoms in the future. So for example, on, like, say this day I went to a concert and I had to stand the whole time. The next day I will be in a lot of pain. I just had to pause because the postal worker was just trying to shove something through our mailbox, and now my dog's losing her mind downstairs. Mimi, she's fine. Um, she loves the postal workers actually. But anyway, so yeah, then I would, like, if I had a concert here and I had to stand the whole time, the next day I will be in a lot of pain in my legs and hips, in my, like, my joints, my knees, my ankles, my hips, all that. And so I would write that there was a concert here, so that when I'm writing the symptoms here, there's like a cause and effect. Yeah, so there's that. And then the next part I have is gratitude. I have just cut up a whole bunch of spare grid paper from various things, and I have just been writing gratitude whenever I remember to. And it's largely like list form, where it's like I am grateful for, or not list form, like a small, like, few sentences where it's like I am grateful for blah 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 blah, and then I stamp a state in, a state. I stamp a date in with my automatic. I messed up this date, but with one of those, like, the date stamps. And I just made this little title page for it, and yeah, I think it's pretty cute. And then I just have this Esterbrook blotting paper that my friend Ramona gave me. And then the last thing I have, that's not true. The second last thing I have in here are these trackers. I'm not going to tell you what I'm tracking, but it's something for sure. I crossed all this off because this is when I was away, and so I wasn't tracking. I didn't bring this with me. So this is just a tracker. Actually, I will. It's like for money in and out of my accounts. Yeah, it is what it is. I did very badly in May. This month, not doing so hot as well, but like these are the days that are the days that I've put stickers on are days when I did not spend money and there was no money that left my account. And so that's not great, but it is what it is, especially being an adult. The last thing for real is my notes pages, and I don't have anything in here I can show you, but I just have a bunch of, like, miscellaneous lined pages from Filofax and also some blank pages from Filofax. And that's it. That's all I have in my health log, but yeah, it's serving me really well so far, and I'm very glad to have it. And it's very, like, it's not compact because it's a Filofax cover, so they're not quite compact. I've been considering getting a Me Plus cover, but like this works, so I don't need it. I just like the idea of having a slimmer compact notebook, but yet again, I don't need that. If it's not broke, don't fix it. I really like this cover as well. I got it secondhand from Hannah, who is the owner of Soft Paper Studio. But yeah, I really like this Malden cover. It's really beautiful, and yeah, I think that's all I have to say about this rings system. I like rings because I like how adaptable it is, but honestly, when it comes to, like, my other systems, I'm a bound book person for sure. But like, for something that I need to, like, archive, like my health, I'm trying to figure out what to do for this archive. I might just get, like, a clear binder off of, like, somewhere shady. I say shady. It's not necessarily shady, but, like, the, like, bulk ordering sites that we all try and avoid. I'm thinking of getting one from there just so I have somewhere to catalog this, because right now I have all of my the past, because I started using rings in 2024, then I used it on and off in 2025, and then I'm using it in 2026. And so I have a lot of health data in one of the Filofax, like, prong binders, and I really don't like those. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So really quick, this is my reading journal. I stole this from work. I work at the library, and this is like I'm ready for reading for like parents and children, and like I found it on the floor and I was like, well, it's mine now. But yeah, I have this Stalogy notebook that I'm just doing all of my reading journaling in. It's not glamorous or anything. This is my title page. I just do little notes. If you don't read my things if you don't want spoilers for any of these books. But basically, I've been not the best at reading this year. I've gotten better. But yeah, it's just a fun time. I basically what I do is let's see if I can. Okay. So I'll write the name of the book, the author, write whether I read it digitally, physically, or in audio format. If I own the book or if it's from the library, how many pages, the genres, and the dates that I started and ended. So this book and this book this book I read in one sitting. This book, I started it in May, and then I had to return it to the library, and then I got it back in July, and so I was able to read it then. And then these are just my notes on it. I usually print out the photos of the book covers, but I haven't done that for this one yet. This is A Song for You and I by Kay O'Neill. I really liked it. It was really sweet. I used to rate the books that I read, but I no longer do that just because I feel like, especially for I don't know. I just felt like it doesn't really matter to me. If I really liked it, I'll give it a 5 star. But like otherwise, if I don't enjoy a book, I usually don't finish it. So yeah, there's no point because I would never rate anything under like 3 stars because if I don't like it, I'm just not going to finish it. Which I have that's been a process, but I used to try and force myself to read things even if I didn't like them, but then I realized, wait a minute, I have free will. I can just not read this. And so I did. I stopped reading. I stopped reading books that I didn't like, unless the only time I did that was for a class, and I had to read a book I really didn't like it. And I was like, wow, this is like the lowest rating I've ever given a book. And it's because if I had my own choice, I would not have finished it. So yeah, that's my reading journal, and this cover is from Hobonichi. It is my manga and I got it secondhand. I really love it. And I used to have it in like an A5 size because I ordered it in A6, and I ordered it like off of I think eBay, and it arrived in A5, and I was like, "Hey, what the heck?" And they were like, "Yeah, sorry, we mixed up packages." And I was like, "Oh, can we fix it?" And they were like, no. And so I had to wait and find this on Facebook Marketplace. But I love it. It's really cute. It's a person reading their manga and they have a little pigeon or a dove. I think it's a pigeon on their head, and I think it's really sweet. Last but not least, I'm going to be talking about my journaling, because I do daily journaling in the form of sort of like logs, where I just go through like this is what happened in my day from start to finish, and yeah, I started the year in not this cover because I got this cover semi recently. It is the Shantan cover from Hobonichi in 2021, and I've wanted this cover ever since it came out. But by the time I got into Hobonichi, it was gone, and I was devastated. But I found it on Facebook Marketplace, or not on Marketplace, in one of the Hobonichi Facebook groups, and I was like, I would like this. Can you send it to my partner who lives in the States? And they were like, yeah, of course, because this person was also based in the States, and I love it so much. It is my dream cover. It is the best. Like it's like this kind of olivey green yellow color on the inside, which is one of my favorite colors, and it has this beautiful illustration, which I had this illustration on a week's notebook, which was my first ever Hobonichi. It's the best. I love it so much. It's so good. Um, it's so beautiful. Anyway, so this cover holds the notebook that I used for the first 5 months of the year. I started January. I started in here in January, and I literally journaled every single day. I think there were only a few days that I missed, but I journaled in here every single day um, until the end of May. And the end of May is when I realized I only had like, there's only like, I think there was only, I can't do the math. there was not that many pages left. I think there were like 40 pages left, but it was getting so hard to write on the left side that I just went, nope, I'm not doing that anymore. And so I switched into a different notebook. But I really like how chunky this got, and I really like all my ephemera and stuff in here. I really like it. It's beautiful. It turned out really well, and this is a Wonderland 222 notebook. It had 196 pages, I think? 92. 192 pages. And it went really well. It had beautiful Tomoe River paper in it, like the original Tomoe River paper, I believe. Actually, let's see what year. What year was this? 2024. So maybe it wasn't the original Tomoe River paper. I think this is Sansan Tomoe River paper. But it still worked really well, and I didn't have any bleeding or any feathering at all. It was amazing, and I really like this notebook for that. But yeah, so that was my this was my daily journal for the first 5 months of the year. And then I switched into a week's size notebook for June. And by the end of June, I was like, actually, I don't like this. And so I took the notebook pages out and I bound it in this little booklet. So I just have these pages now. It seems silly. I don't know why I did that. But I do like the way this turned out because I like this cover. This is just paper that I got from Michael's. It's like vellum, I guess. But yeah, so these pages hold the entire time I was in California. Because I was in California for 12 days to visit my partner for their graduation from their master's. And every month I make like a mood board for the month, and then I just do my daily journaling. And yeah, I like it. I liked the way this came out, but I didn't like the size so much because I find the weeks is perfect for my planning because I don't need that much space. But for writing, I wanted something slightly wider, and also the fact that I just missed the A6. The A6 is like my comfort size. I love an A6 notebook. And so I went back to A6 in this notebook. This is my Paper Republic Le Portfolio. This is over a year old now, but it has a bunch of scrapes and scratches and dings in it because of like different charms I put on the side. This charm I picked the charms for it, and then they assembled it there in Haricot Vert, which is a shop in Brooklyn, New York. It's such a cool shop. I went with a bunch of lovely people from like stationery YouTube and Instagram. I went with Bronte, Raquel, and PJ, and they're some of the nicest people I've ever met. And because I was in New York visiting my brother last year. I only have one brother, but he was a jet setter last year because the program he's in for university, he's all over the place. And so he was in New York for 8 months, and then he was in Rome for 3 months. So he was all over the place. But when we went to visit him in New York, Bronte and PJ were visiting from London, and I got to see them, and Raquel lives in New York, and so I got to hang out with all of them, and they were the sweetest people I've ever met. And so I made this charm, and I love it so much. It was supposed to be like a phone charm, but I decided I wanted it to be a notebook charm. Anyways, this also has Stalogy in it. I have had such mixed luck with Stalogies. I have had a lot of feathering and bleed through in Stalogy notebooks, but then I got this notebook, which my friend let me try, because I was asking if anyone had any Stalogies that were good, and she gave me all these beautiful paper, like blotting papers as well, which I haven't used. I've just kept them in the back here, because she put this little, like, Hobonichi Weeks pocket in here. But basically, I tested the paper in here, and it worked really, really well. You can see the back of my paper testing here. There was no bleed through at all, other than like these 2 little spots. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. I've never had that with Stalogy paper before. I've only ever had a lot of bleed through with Stalogy paper and feathering, and I don't like... Feathering irritates me so much, even more than bleed through, because if it's bleed through, then I'll just put something on the other side of the page, but feathering for some reason grinds my gears. And so I just didn't use it. And then did start the I did start the year in or the month in the week size, and then I moved into this, and I'm really liking it so far. I have had only a few, yeah, it's only been a few days, I guess, but the way I've been working in this is that I'm treating it like a day per page, because technically this is a 365 page notebook, so it can work for a day per page, but I'm using it differently than I used like a day per page when I was using the Hobonichi. I used to use the Hobonichi Avec in A6 for my daily journaling, but the thing about this is that I can use a page or I can use more pages. And that was the issue I was having with the Hobonichi, was that like if I wanted to write less, I could still write less and that would be fine. That didn't bother me if I didn't have a full page. But if I wanted to write more, I couldn't, or I would risk using a page that I wouldn't be able to use later. And so with this, I'm able to use as many pages as I want or as little as I want. So for this page, when we went to the ROM, um, yeah, I just pasted in the ticket from the psychedelics exhibit, and then I wrote down that we went to the ROM, and then I continued my entry on this page, and I really like it. I'm really enjoying how this is going so far. I also found this really old TTC transfer at work, because I work at the library, and someone had left this in a book, and I was like, wait, July 18th, it's only July 6th. So this has to be several years old, because they don't use these transfers anymore as far as I know. But that was very exciting. But yeah, I really love this book so far, and my pens are working really well in this paper. I don't know how or why so many different notebooks have such varying paper qualities. Like Moleskine, we know is really tough. Like you'll get one unicorn Moleskine once in a blue moon that has good paper. Salogy is more reliable. Sans and Tomoe River paper notebooks, it depends on the batch, because we had that one year where there was really, really bad paper, but ever since then, they've been doing pretty well in my experience. But yeah, I got a really good Salogy notebook, and I was very pleased with it. So yeah, that'll do. I'm not going to I thought about talking about my travel journals, but neither of them are complete yet, so I'm not going to do that. Um yeah, I was working on my travel journal for the past month of June, and then I sort of lost steam, and same thing with my travel logs from when I was in Europe last year. I had done a lot of the work while I was there, and then I ran out of steam and I just put it on a shelf and didn't look at it for like 5 months. And now I'm trying to catch up on those things, but I have been doing other things because it's summer now, so I can go outside. But yeah, that's why I'm not showing you my travel notebooks, but I will eventually, I hope. There's a lot of weird personal stuff in there, so I might not show the whole thing, but yeah. I'll share those eventually, and I will try to show my sketchbook at some point. So yeah, these are all the notebooks that I'm in currently. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Do you have any updates to your system, or are you in the same book or books that you started the year off, or have you had to make any adjustments? Thank you so much for watching. This looks like a lot, but the only ones that I'm in every day are these three, technically speaking. And then these ones are all like a few times a week to as needed. But yeah, I also realized that there are 3 Paper Republic covers in here, which is just a testament to how much I really like their leather. It's beautiful quality. I really like it. I also like the Think Tank K leather covers. And yeah, I realized I don't have any traveler's notebooks in my rotation currently, because they are holding my actual travel inserts, which I dip in and out of. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you spending some time with me. I hope you have a good day or night or wherever you are in time and space, and take care, everyone. Bye bye.